especially, they get a lot of traffic and everything kind of slows down. There's this thing we call buffering. Tell us a little bit about bandwidth and how you can avoid some of that.
So bandwidth is, we've come into this age of high-speed internet. What does high-speed internet mean?
Yeah, they got these commercials on for different.
Like the heavy-duty
Heavy
internet.
duty, Quest heavy duty.
Yes, and the battle between cable and the DSL providers. So bandwidth is really a measure of speed capability. So it's the ability for your internet connection to both receive, which is what most people out there are doing, is receiving, downloading content, at what rate you can do that, how long you have to wait for pages to load, for a MP3 to download, that sort of thing is the higher bandwidth connection you have, then the faster things are going to download. So with a consideration while for broadcasting, you're not necessarily as concerned with download speeds, you're concerned with upload speeds. And typically, upload speeds are much lower than your download speeds.
Right, so download is obviously what everybody's watching us right now. They're downloading this stream.
They're consuming the stream, yes.
But we're actually at this location here at Continental Ranch, Rock and Java, we're uploading this broadcast from here.
Right.
So it's the difference. Downloading, somebody's watching it upload, we're taking it up to the server.
So we're transmitting this to the server.
Okay, and so why is the bandwidth really critical for uploading?
So the video quality that you see on the screen here is really a function of primarily the bandwidth that I'm broadcasting at.
Okay.
So the higher the bandwidth that I can broadcast at, the better the picture quality. So you may think, oh, well, shoot, let's broadcast as fast as possible, and then you run into constraints of what your network can handle.
Okay.
So we get people that call and say, well, my feed is buffering and skipping.
Okay.
What's wrong on your server? A server has a problem. That's typically the response. And the first thing that we'll say is, have you checked your speed? And people don't think that, I guess just don't think about the necessary connection speed that you have between wherever you're transmitting from to the server. So you've got to, what we typically say is there's limits on the bandwidth.
Okay.
First thing that you want to do is go and know your speed.
Know your speed.
Know your speed.
How do you know your speed?
So what you want to do is you go to the location you're going to be broadcasting from, and actually we have on our website a speed test tool.
Right, and
so
I didn't put it on here. I have a different one on here.
Okay, well you can go to speedtests.net. Right. There's other speed tools. The one on our website will do a speed test right against our server.
Okay.
So our primary servers are located in Dallas.
Okay.
And so this will do a test from wherever you're at to Dallas. And what you're going to want to do is figure out, again, the download really doesn't matter for where you're broadcasting from. You want to test your upload speed.
Okay.
Figure out where that mark is, and if you've got a really fast upload speed where, say, a megabit per second would be a fast upload speed.
Megabit per second would be
fast. A megabit would be.
Now, nobody can see this on here, but if you look in the chat box here and over under the video thing over here, you'll see I put down speedtest.net, and when I click on that, and anybody can click on it, you can click on it right now. It will open up in a separate window. I'm going to begin a little test here, and this next week I'll put on the one that we actually have on our website.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So it's doing a little test right now, and it's testing the download right now.
Yeah, it'll go through and test the download first.
Okay. And it's got a little gauge here, a little meter.
Yeah, it gives you a little speedometer.
Can I do one of these deals and let people see what...
I'm not sure how well that's going to
I don't think that's going to work real well. We can do something there, but you can, I've got a window open up here and you can see that. Okay. All right, so it's testing the upload right now.
Yeah, so it'll go through the same thing. And so our download was
4.94.
4.94, and our upload was 0.48, which is 480 kilobits per second.
Okay. So, and that's okay, right? That's good, isn't it?
That's decent, especially while we're broadcasting.
Okay.
So what you're going to want to do is there's also there's a sweet spot there that you want to work within. And typically we recommend that you broadcast anywhere between 250 kilobits per second to say 500, 600 kilobits per second.
Okay.
So what that means is that if you broadcast in that area, then, and I haven't researched this, but I would say 95% of your viewers are going to have a consistent download speed at that rate. And if you want to protect the margin in your upload speed. So if we were to do this test, and actually I had a call this week from somebody that typically broadcasts from their church, and they had a deal where they were off-site, and he's got a portable Wi-Fi spot on his phone.
Okay.
And he called and said, it didn't work for me. And he said, I could get on the internet on my computer over the Wi-Fi spot. And I said, well, did you check your speed? And he goes, well, no, I didn't. And typically, the Wi-Fi connection through your phone, especially the upload,
it's going to be slow.
Is going to be really, really slow.
Right.
So what he didn't do was adjust his broadcast speed to match that. So what you can do, even with with a slow connection, you can degrade your upload speed on your encoder to protect some margins so that you don't get into buffering and skipping. But as you lower that upload speed, the quality of the video is going to start to get pixelated and that sort of thing. Okay,
so, well, let's talk about how you can adjust that. Now, on our chat platform box here, under the chat, you'll see, I don't really have a label here, but there's a picture of a flash media encoder. And if you click on that picture of the flash media encoder, I just kind of open it up here, and again, you won't be able to see this on your screen, but if you click on it right now, you can. There's a little picture of the media encoder, what you get when you open up your media encoder on your computer. And there is some settings on this, and the thing that you're talking about, Steve, would be to change the bit rate.
Yes,
am I right on that?
Yeah,
where's it at here? It's here somewhere.
We typically do the Adobe Live Media Encoder.
Here it is, right down
defaults.
here. Bit rate. Okay, right.
Yeah, actually, the bit rate is over here on the left for the video. You can adjust the audio and video separately.
Yeah.
So what you're going to want to do, audio is pretty much standard at either 48 kilobits per second or 44.1, typically 48 kilobits per second. And so you're going to want to set that and kind of forget it.
Okay. That's the audio part.
That's the audio part.
Yeah, okay.
Then on the video side, you're going to want to, that's where you want to adjust. And we recommend that you start out at, say, 250 to 300 kilobits per second.
In the picture here, this one says 200 that I just happen to put on.
That you have to, yeah. So,
but, yeah.
So if you've got 200 video and 48 audio, that means you're going to be transmitting at 248 kilobits per second.
248. 200 plus 48.
Yeah, there you go.
See, math really did pay off.
Yeah, so
okay.
What you're going to want to do is make sure, as a rule of thumb, is you check your upload speed. You want to make sure you have at least 100 kilobits per second more than you're broadcasting at.
All right, so
or another way to say this is you check your speed. You want to make sure that you broadcast some of those at least 100 kilobits less than what you're capable of doing.
Okay, so just looking on this thing, you can open it up if you want. The bit rate over in the left-hand corner is 200 on this one. And then 48, we said 48 for the audio, so that's 248. So we want to make sure we're at 348.
At least 350. And what you're going to want to do is you do one speed test, you try it a minute later. It's going to be a little different.
Okay.
Because your bandwidth capabilities are going to vary from time of day.
Okay.
I know that we had some issues one Sunday morning at church when we were just on the DSL connection because, I don't know, Super Bowl Sunday or something, but everybody went online and it tended to bring the...
Yeah, and again, that's traffic, everybody using the bandwidth in your neighborhood.
In your neighborhood, right.
In your neighborhood. And that's something that we probably can always talk about because it's important to do that. So, go ahead.
So there's a couple of other aspects. I mean, I had another phone call today where we were talking to the person. They said, I've got great upload speed, but I'm still getting buffering and skipping. And the next thing you will look at, if you go to our website, StreamingChurch.tv, and look under the Getting Started area and run our speed test there,
Okay.
it's got not only a measure of the download and upload speed, but some measures of quality of your connection. So there's every connection is going to have some latency on it.
Okay.
So there's 2 measures there. One is actually called quality of service, and we recommend that you get a quality of service score 70% or better.
Okay.
And that means you're going to have a consistent connection without dropping packets and that sort of thing. And the other thing is it'll measure a max pause. I have had a client that had actually very good upload speed, but they had a max pause of over 1,000 milliseconds. So it was more than a second max pause. So their network would peak and give them a good upload speed, but quality of service wasn't good, and they had some big pauses in there, so they were getting some buffering and skipping.
Okay, so obviously that was not good. So if they have those kind of problems, we're running out of time here, but if they have those kind of problems like, the max pause issues, the quality issues, what can they do to fix it?
Well, this particular church was paying for a very high-speed connection, and they contacted their ISP.
They complained.
Yeah, to their internet service provider.
Okay.
And the internet service provider was able to
Fix it up for them.
fix them up. And a lot of times people will have firewalls at their church and other network things.
So there's some things you can do by calling your internet service provider, those kind of things.
Right.
That would help.
And another thing to consider is try to get if you do have a good upload speed and you're able to broadcast at a high rate and you want to take advantage of a real high quality stream, go ahead and stream at the higher quality, but then offer a second or a third stream
Alternative.
at a lower quality.
Okay, and you can do that.
And you can do that actually within the media encoder. There's just another checkbox, and you just say, I want to send 2 streams up, and that will allow you to send both streams up. And on the website, you can provide the viewers, if they're having trouble with the high quality, their network can handle it. They can click over to
Good, good. We're running out of time here, but you can check this out. If you've just caught part of this, you can check us out on the archives here. Also, you contact us. There's a little box down here that has a cell phone in it and a little envelope. Please feel free to contact us. You can follow us on Twitter. Check out our website, StreamingChurch.tv. We have a blog, NewMediaMinistries.tv.
Yeah.
Any way we can help you, we certainly want to do that. I've been talking with Steve Lacey from Streaming Church TV. I'm Phil Thompson. Thank you for being a part of this today. And next Thursday at 6 p.m. here in Arizona, we will be back. Thanks and God bless.
All right. We lost our cameraman.
The cameraman's playing. He's on the phone.